Hey everyone, it's Alex, and today I got good news and bad news, and it's both the same. Zombie Galacti does not feel great, and the good news is you get to save your tokens. We're recording this live on Twitch TV because we were discussing the card. This has been a very interesting card to be playing live, and I was so excited for Zombie Galacti. A 7/4 that reads: start of game, choose 6 other cards in your deck. On reveal, transform those cards into copies of this. It's an interesting design, and there's potential there. We have a couple gameplay highlights where, he gets to like over 12 power and without Khonshu, right? With some other buff based stuff. We have some gameplay highlights where the Khonshu line works. The major challenge though, and this is exactly what I said to Dexter when we were on the podcast together yesterday. I said that the problem with Zombie Galacti was, or Galacti, I should say. It's actually Zombie Galacti. They said Galacti in their preview video, but I did verify that that was actually incorrect, which kind of threw me off. The problem with Zombie Galacti is that it's so wildly inconsistent, and the additional hoop of having to jump through for the extra energy is problematic because you're compromising the design of your deck. Because if you're building like a buff deck, you don't want Jennifer Kale in there. You don't want Hope Summers in there. Like, you don't want those cards in there. You want cards that either buff or want to get buffed, and that's how you win games. The other issue with those types of decks is that if you're buffing your other cards and Zombie Galacti or Galacti, whatever, if it comes out lower, like, it just messes everything up, so he becomes a dead draw. So, he has felt very awkward. Do I recommend you get him today? I do not. In fact, I felt him to be very frustrating. As I discussed with Dexter, the Khonshu deck felt like a bit of a one-trick. Most of his decks felt like a bit of a one-trick. From my understanding, and I don't want to quote them because I think it was on the creator Discord, it was just kind of a casual conversation. It was suggested by one of the development team that at 6 energy, Zombie Galacti might have actually been too strong in their internal testing. And so as a result, they felt the need to put him to 7 power. He's the first 7 power card that is actually just naturally 7 power, or 7 energy. If you think about it, like Death gets discounted, Scar gets discounted, Airstream starts with extra energy. So these are all cards that are technically more expensive than 6, but don't really require you to actually come up with that energy. Like, there's other ways you can cheat it out relatively early. Zombie Galacti is the opposite. You have to get it out somehow. You have to float energy. You have to have extra energy. You have to discard it and bring it back. You have to do something for it. You have to work for it. And when you get into a 12 card deck, it becomes extremely problematic because it feels like you kind of ruin the identity of a buff deck to add Zombie Galacti into it. You ruin the identity of a Khonshu discard deck by adding Zombie Galacti into it. And while the card is fun when it gets its pop off, the challenge is it's just not consistent enough, especially when you consider what other decks are able to do in the meta. So as a result, I'm going to showcase some decks you can give it a shot if you happen to pull it in your packs and everything like that. But this card felt very underwhelming. I'm going to say that you should not be rolling your tokens into it. I do not think you should be getting packs for it. Is it a buff candidate? It's entirely possible. It's also entirely possible that we just missed on some of these decks and that someone out there is going to cook something crazy, because we did see some flashes of brilliance. However, what I really found over the couple hours that I was playing Zombie Galacti, kind of live on Twitch and against other human players, was that the inconsistency was its downfall. It just does not compete with the end of turns of the world. It just does not compete with the other decks that just are so consistent in the meta, right? Anyways, before I ramble on even further, let's talk about these decks. On the official Marvel Snap channel, I was tasked with coming up with the Galacti video, and you'd have no idea how many times I had to redo takes because I kept saying Galacti and Galacti interchangeably, like they did. Second Dinner did the same thing, so I can't feel so bad. But this was the deck that I really wanted to experiment with. I was actually excited for this deck. I was like, you know what? Zombie Galacti, Khonshu, it makes sense. Yes, Stardust is a factor. That'll disable the Khonshu bringing it back. But I kind of had hope that this deck would perform relatively well, considering you have a whole bunch of synergistic stuff. You got a little bit of destruction with the Moon Knight, you got Makari jumping out there. But ultimately, this was exactly what Dexter and I were scared of, and it was a one-trick. It felt like when you got the perfect line and your opponent was inebriated and they didn't want to retreat, then yes, you got those cubes. You got the 4 cubes. If they snap on you and then you go to 8, for me, that's like Stardust is coming out, you got to leave, right? I'm not playing 8 cubes with this deck. You can't, because there's a popular meta card that completely shuts it down. We had some instances of, Zombie Galactis coming out and getting it with the Shadow Kings. That was less frequent. However, if you're trying to look for like a 4 cube like winning machine, this just did not have the consistency. And so as a result, in ranked play against other human players, this deck felt like it underperformed. And even though it had some really interesting synergies and it was doing some cool stuff, it ultimately didn't get it done. So we tried to move on to something a little different. The Erisham style deck was fascinating from a standpoint that you do get the extra energy, and depending on the shuffle order, right, you might get Zombie Galacti cards that are the randomly generated cards, which is fine, or it might be the cards in the deck. You kind of would prefer the ones in the deck, to be honest with you, because that's why they're there. You have the extra energy with Erisham, but you also have the inconsistency of Erisham and then the added inconsistency of Zombie Galacti. So some question marks there, but still Erisham might be the route that some people want to try. The deck that I found potentially most promising, which is ironic because I felt like Khonshu should have been the most promising, but in actual practice, it was this Galacti Viv deck, which was basically a buff version of Viv Vision. This is running the Quicksilver Domino Wiccan package alongside Zombie Galacti and general cards that want to get buffed. This has Shuri to take advantage of any buffs that Zombie Galacti gets to get that extra, kind of oomph out when you actually replace it. And this deck was okay. It was honestly okay. But it really went to showcase how this card has this battled identity where you're making a deck that wants to buff or be buffed, but you also have to include the likes of Wiccan and Hope Summers. And those are good cards generally. Like Wiccan's a fantastic card, don't get me wrong, but you have to have them if you want to pull the Zombie Galacti play. Realistically, you cut Zombie Galacti and you put Sebastian Shaw, this deck is probably just better. Straight up. And Sebastian Shaw probably well exceeds the power that Zombie Galacti is able to output. Is it a deck design problem? It's entirely possible, right? But for me, I felt that, quite frankly, Zombie Galacti just was not performing like I would have hoped. And so, as I come to my recommendation, I just want to reiterate. I do not think that you should be FOMOing into this card. I absolutely believe that you need to wait, see how... I mean, you have to definitely wait till, like, Monday. You have to see how the decks of the week shape up. You have to see how statistically the card shapes up. But overall, in my opinion, this card underperformed. We also had some suggestions for, like, Mr. Negative. What about Mr. Negative? Alex comes down as a 4/7. Well, the problem is that you can't really do that either. Because if you're transforming the cards into copies of Zombie Galacti, you're removing their text. As a result, what happens is your Iron Man, your Gores, your Mystiques, the cards that you're leaning on to win games with Mr. Negative ultimately don't carry you because they lose that text. So that's not the best place for it. So where is the best place for it? If it's Buff, it seemed very inconsistent. If it's Khonshu, it felt even less consistent than that. So ultimately, I think we have a numbers problem here with Zombie Galacti. And I don't recommend you get this card, but it's entirely possible that it gets buffed. Why? Because it's a cool card. The design is cool. And if Second Ender is going to commit to the big animation and the cool effects and everything, and what really is kind of the cherry on top of the Horde season, perhaps a buff will come sooner than later. But regardless, guys, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to the people here live on Twitch TV who are watching and have been so supportive on not only this stream and testing Zombie Galacti, but of course all the streams that we do here on the channel. If you haven't joined us live yet, consider using the link in the description down below to join us live on Twitch TV. Hopefully Twitch drops come back. That'd be exciting. But regardless, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. And I hope you enjoy these gameplay highlights. Okay. We want to avoid that location there. This card does feel at the current moment like it's jumping through a lot of hoops for little payoff. And I think that's what's concerning myself, most players kind of watching. I think the design is cool. I think it's an interesting design. Like, let's be honest. It's a cool design. But truthfully and honestly, it's like it's just not enough. Reggie, thank you so much. That's a tier 2 subscription for 10 months, no less. Thank you so much, Reggie. Thank you. Thank you for support. Let's go indeed. Let us go. Go Galacti here. Okay, we have 7 turns. That's a free magic for us. Vision discounted. Just thinking, how do we approach this next play? Okay, wave. Uh-oh. They're going to Spooderham us. There he is. He's going to get wrecked. You almost skipped this turn. Hope that Mr. Sinister gets clobbered here. Let's hope that Mr. Sinister gets hit here. Spider-Ham's cringe because it actually kind of ruins our play. Well, that's why they're doing it. Oh, they didn't actually pop off on the... No Spooder? One, two, three. We'll try this. That Spooder always hits Gwenpool. Doesn't ruin our lives. We have an interesting line here. Does Spider-Ham ruin us, though? Uh-oh. Oh, this is getting dirty. Uh-oh. I don't like this. They just didn't use it. Refusal to Spider-Ham. Well, I think we're dead. We can't win. Moonstone mid is the issue, right? Give it a whirl for 4? For science? Alright, guys. I think I should leave, but you guys are right. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We play Galacti on top of the Shuri. It gets the Galacti pump. It's actually a big play, but like they've got the schnuts here. So let's just take this L like champions here. Oh my god. It's awful. It was as much as we could muster. If they didn't get the absolute nuts, it actually would have been cool. Still a pretty interesting example. I mean, that's the highest power we've gotten. It surpassed Khonshu. It surpasses Khonshu at 16 power. Khonshu at max is 12. So it almost gives me a little bit of hope. Let's go, Zombie Galacti. Make my dreams a reality, sir. Oh, man. We gotta get this danger out at some point. Can't even discard danger. Could have discarded Zombie Galacti, but had to get mad cringe here. Could just play this out. Yeah, play this out. I like the extra energy, but let's just get it out. Got some Ebony Maw gameplay. This is, oh. Look at this. Look at this. Gotta play danger down. It's the danger room. Khonshu. We got some Khonshu gameplay. I'm interested. I'm here for that. Yes. Give me that sweet Khonshu gameplay. Apparently Khonshu also infected by the Zombie Galacti. I played Danger. Danger's so stupid. Yo, go mid, Makari. You absolute cringe fest. Mid! No! We good, though. We good. Watch. We never get scammed here. This is always Infinite. I cry. Okay. Zombie Galacti, baby! And you guys doubted. Zombie Galacti. Coming in with the save for 4 cubes. Let's go. Alright, let's go. Wow, we have Zombie Galacti, MODOK, and Khonshu in hand. I think we're going to snap that. Oh, they got a beautiful Chavez ripping. Let's go. I snap turn 1. This is going to be like something that scams us. Add something. I knew it. I knew it was going to add something to our hand. I knew it was going to. Screw me, man. I knew it. It was too good to be true. It was too good to be true. I knew this was going to happen. It's still Thanos, though. So maybe there's still hope for us. Or I can play him down early by discarding... I don't know. We'll see. I knew it! I knew we were going to get scammed. I just knew it deep down. I was going to say it. I was going to say it, and then it just did it. It just did it. Heartbreaking, heartbreaking content. I still think we just pump the MODOK, honestly. We just pump Thanos. He comes back, whatever. We don't even have that much on the field to play right now. This game just wants to scam us at every turn. Look at this lag. Like, come on, guys. We gotta fix the game. We gotta fix the game. You just gotta fix it eventually. Okay, we got the Wasp. We're not gonna be able to bring back the We just try it, see what happens? It's 8 power there. Maybe we try a more balanced approach. I think we're weak. I think we're weak, honestly. I think we're legitimately weak. 8 power flip there. I think they have us. We'll try for the content. It's a good play. They didn't add much there, but I still think we're cooked at the end of the day. Here's the Galacti. It's not enough. That goes here. We're still short. Yeah. Yeah, so if we play Khonshu here and the Wasp here and it lands the way it did, then perhaps... Well, no, we can't even because these two... Yeah. So we still just lose, right? Well, I guess... I mean, it's got the Galacti Buff. We don't need to do that. We can play Brood into that. We got options. We got Zombie Galacti in hand. Classic Necrosha gameplay. It's exactly what I expected. When we play Brood there, though, we lose the Galactified Brood. Fastos? Okay, not bad. Not bad, not bad? Yeah, not bad. Gotta get Cope down, though. Gotta get the Cope Summers down. But then what do you do? I mean... Cope and a... Damn it. Let's do this. It's a Galacti video. So maybe we're a little slow. Alright, this works, kind of. We do this, we get the extra energy. I think we go Sinister left. But no, we gotta play here next. So wait, if we do Sinister 5. We need to play a card here. So maybe it's Sinister here, Brood, Galacti, right? No, Galacti here. Flip, flip, flip. We need 5 energy. So we have to actually play Galacti here. I think this is correct. Uh-oh. They're going all full out cringe on us, by the way. Absolutely zero chill gameplay. Pump this, pump this. We play Zombie Galacti left next turn. Hope for the best. But he's just going to be a 6. I mean, he technically adds power to a bunch of the cards. It's kind of mediocre, but let's see what he does. Can he beat on like the end of turn cringe stuff? I don't know. I don't think he can. I don't think he can. I think we're clapped, man. We need to do this for the extra energy. We do get the Galacta pump here. Oh my god. Oh my guys. Absolute disgusting cringe here. We'll try. We're gonna try. So we're going to Galacti these to 6 power. Yep, we're cooked, but let's see what happens. Sunspot solo wins. We're not going to be able to beat a Havoc on the left. Havoc Thena claps us so hard here. Like, we just don't beat Havoc Thena. So let's see. It's the best we can do. Spooter him? Wait. Wait. Because the Jocasta naturally allows the Fantasticar to pump, but they're going to be short on the mid. Because Fantasticar doesn't hit any of those cards. Well. Yeah. So they threw. Alright. So Bug Snacks or Schnacks or whatever is completely inebriated. They snapped me on that? I don't know. Did they? But yeah, I guess... No, they didn't snap. We won. I don't think we should have. But this was basically what we got out of Zombie Galacti, and I don't think it's good enough. Give him a little fist bump there. Good luck, sir. This makes me think of a Snapchat a few weeks ago with the collection complete versus cosmetic investments. Skipping a lot of cards this month and got Flaviano Speed. Couldn't be happier. Flaviano Speed's amazing. I love Flaviano Speed. It's a good card. Okay, we can... I think we can do Forge Viv. That's probably fine. Okay, interesting. Similar deck design. Well, we're just playing the auto one right now. We're just checking the auto one. Everything else had felt pretty rough. So we're trying to see what the auto deck provides us with. If it gives us the juice. Okay, we got some buff action. Do we just Jubilee right now? I don't think you can, man. Jubilee right now is probably throwing. Let's go Galacta. Let's go Galacta. See, everyone has to add these suboptimal cards just to get the power down. Okay. This moves here anyways. So you just do this. Let's see what happens. But again, here's the thing. Galacti gets top decked, gets hit with Viv Vision. We don't have the energy though. This Hope Summers is a 310, however. 312. There he is. Look at him. Look at him. He's just sitting there like, yo, play me so I can be a 7-4. We literally popped off every Viv Vision play. We got Galacti. Galacta. We got Gwenpool. And, like, you just can't play him. You're just like, no. I can't play you, sir. Get out of here, bud. Technically C7 right now, for what it's worth. I kind of want to play the Hope Summers, but C7 is kind of hilarious. Yeah, I'm going to get cute here. Pump this to 6. Pump these two. Let's go. Ooh. It's victory. But yeah, so once again, like, Zombie Galacti would have made no sense here. Right? Early impressions are rough. He made, like, even if you play him down for what? Like, you're going to literally take away all of Gwenpool and Galacta's power, you know? You're going to reverse a lot of the progress you had made, even if I could have gotten him out. So, I don't know. The decks aren't coming together yet.